Another story to potentially pay attention to, more interesting little crumbs to follow a trail potentially with LeBron James. He always leaves question marks and uncertainties everywhere he goes. He builds up dramas and storylines, and he did it again when asked about a potential return to Cleveland. He said that he's not ruling it. He's not ruling it out. He's not saying he's coming back, but he's not saying he's going to rule it out. He doesn't know what his future holds. So would I be completely shocked? Let me first say this. Would I be completely shocked if LeBron James made a return to Cleveland? No. We know his history. He's from Spring Hill in Ohio, very close to Akron. He played the first 7 years of his career as a Cleveland Cavalier. He had two stints, returned back after he left for years 7 through 11, then came back for years 12 through 15, obviously won a title, and then dipped. So is it inconceivable to me that he would ever put on a Cleveland Cavaliers uniform again? The answer is no. I think that there is a part of him that will be forever attached and entrenched within that organization and attached to that franchise, just inherently because of who he is, what he's meant to the city, what he's meant to that organization. Not to mention, he hopes to be an owner of an NBA team someday, and the Cleveland Cavaliers seem like the likeliest option to do that. Now, does he have the greatest relationship with Dan Gilbert? No. But they've got a working relationship. They're cordial at this point with one another. It's almost similar to Michael Jordan during the last phase of his career when he decided to play for the Washington Wizards in the hopes of being a part owner of the team. Now, obviously, that didn't pan out. He had to pivot, and he became an owner of the Charlotte, at the time, Bobcats, now the Charlotte Hornets. But it's kind of the same thing with LeBron. He wants to be an owner, and that's a viable spot. That's a viable team for him to potentially get his foot in the door. Now, as far as do I see LeBron fleeing the Lakers or just fleeing LA to join the Cavaliers because of their nascent growth and because of the talent that they have right now on the roster around Darius Garland and Jared Allen, who were just named All-Stars, who played in the All-Star game yesterday, and that core of those two guys and Evan Mobley and the crew. Do I see him fleeing LA because of the talent on the Cavaliers? No. I don't see that happening at this stage in his career. As much as LeBron respects younger, promising, talented players, he has shown a penchant for and a proclivity for desiring veterans and seasoned guys, proven guys, older guys in the NBA. So I don't see him leaving for those reasons. However, could I see him signing a 10-day contract to retire as a Cleveland Cavalier? Yes, I could see that happen. That isn't out of the question for me. The big thing is he's come out and publicly stated that he will go wherever his son is drafted. So I think that he'll stay in LA until Bronny becomes eligible for the NBA draft. And then at that point, wherever Bronny is drafted, that's where LeBron's going to go. And he's made that publicly. He stated that publicly. He's made that publicly clear and known that he wants to play one season with his son. That might be at the earliest 2024, potentially 2025, depending on Bronny's trajectory. So he's trying to align the end of his career, the final curtain of his career, and have it kind of dovetail with the beginning of Bronny's potential NBA career. So again, from a business standpoint, it doesn't really matter at this point for LeBron where he's operating out of. He can operate his businesses anywhere. There was a reason why he came to LA, not only to win a title with the Lakers, because he knows the brand. It's a huge brand. He knows that they would be able to lure potential free agents, but also because of the bevy of businesses that he has in LA and the opportunities that present themselves just being in this market. So I don't think he's trying to leave that right now. And if he is going to leave it to return to the Cleveland Cavaliers, it's not going to be because of the talent that they have on the roster. It would be to retire. It would be to make a last ditch play to potentially become an owner once he's done immediately playing, or wherever Bronny Jr. or Bronny ends up getting drafted. That seems to be the most likely of scenarios in this instance for me.